Hey guys, we are back with some more Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager, and in this one, we are going to start the Year 6 regular season. So let's take a look at the NHL season preview. First are the Buffalo Sabres, with MVP being Jack Eichel and their key rival being Nate Schmidt. And then where are your Vegas Golden Knights? We are 13th. Okay, so you know what? That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. MVP Artemi Panarin and key rival Adam Larson. And let's see, all the way at the bottom, we have the Chicago Blackhawks with the MVP Patrick Kane and key rival Morgan Riley now on the Chicago Blackhawks. And wow, that is an old picture. But anyway, yeah, there is the NHL season preview, and let's get to see the top 10 players for each position. Smith is out for a few days. Zach Smith, okay, good. As opposed to, Riley Smith. But also, Malcolm Subban is back from injuries. So what we have to do now, we have to send down someone, since we have 24 players on the roster, since I called up Jet Wu from the minors as our 7th defenseman. And that would be, they would have to be Joachim Gerton. He did have a very, very solid preseason. He had a 767 average rating in the preseason, 5 wins, 1 loss, and only had 1 bad game against the Calgary Flames, 5 goals against. Every other game, 1 or 2 goals against in the preseason. Very solid preseason for him. But he is the least experienced goaltender. He's only 18. He only has a 2-star current rating at the moment. But he should be up in the NHL very soon. So we're going to be sending him down to, I don't know about juniors. Probably not. It looks like he's paid his dues down there already. So we'll send him to the AHL. Unless he doesn't get any starts in the AHL, then we'll just send him to juniors, because there's not much we can do, unfortunately, to control Dumas and Bennett, like what they do with them. So I'm just hoping that they're going to play Gerton the most here, because it looks like, yeah, he's definitely the best goaltender here in Chicago, so he should get the most starts. I'm hoping anyway. Again, if he doesn't, then we'll just send him straight to juniors, because I'm not messing around with him. So we will dress Malcolm Subban, get him in the backup position, his second stint with your Vegas Golden Knights. He was with us, I believe, that was year number 1 when we were a very bad team, but now we are obviously a much different team, so his backup services are appreciated. And Zach Smith out for a few days with anterior knee pain, but that is fine. He wasn't in the day 1 lineup anyway, so we will get to see the top 10 players in each position now. And something we're also going to have to do is send the scouts out. So Strange is out for 2 weeks. He's a prospect of ours. Jersey numbers. There you go. That's good. Board confidence update. They're pleased. Yep, here's all the scout rankings. The draft rankings, I should say. So we will send out the scout as soon as we look at the top 10 players for each position, which should be coming up here very soon. Yep, here they are. So top goaltenders are Matt Murray of the Penguins, Andrei Vasilevsky of the Lightning, Braden Holtby of the Capitals, Sergei Bobrovsky of the Blue Jackets, Carey Price of the Canadiens, Martin Jones of the Sharks, Connor Hellebuck of the Jets, Robin Leonard of the Sabres, Frederik Anderson of the Maple Leafs, and Devin Dubnyk of the Wild. Top defensemen are Erik Karlsson, Drew Doughty, Victor Hedman, Aaron Ekblad, Alex Pietrangelo, Brent Burns, Jared McIsaac of the Kings, PK Subban, Roman Josi, and Aurélien Boucheret of the Devils. First of all, that is a sacred number in New Jersey. You should not be wearing that number. But, he looks like a pretty solid defenseman for them. 23 years of age as well. Looks like a stud. Top 10 left wingers: Jamie Benn, Adam Masherin of the Panthers, Brad Marchand, Eli Tolvanen, Taylor Hall, Philip Forsberg, Johnny Gaudreau, Alex Ovechkin of the Red Wings. Wow. Nick Ritchie of the Ducks, and Matthew Tkachuk of the Flames. Top centers: Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Jack Eichel, Steven Stamkos, Tyler Seguin, John Tavares, this time on the Islanders, Nicholas Backstrom, Austin Matthews, Mark Scheifele, and Evgeny Kuznetsov. Top right wingers: Patrick Kane, Nikita Kucherov, Vladimir Tarasenko, David Pastrnak of, I was about to say the Blues, but I guess I got that confused with Tarasenko. No, he's still on the Bruins. Don't worry, Bruins fans. August Corvo of the Stars, Sam Reinhart, Alex Nylander, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, and Andrei Svechnikov of the Avalanche. So he's with the Avalanche in this. So that's interesting. Top prospects, goaltender Lucas Dostal of the Capitals, center Stu Mansfield of the Oilers, currently playing in the AHL, center Jack Williams of the Panthers, defenseman Ty Emberson of the Panthers as well, left winger Oscar Besch of the Bruins, defenseman Georges Shablin of the Canucks, currently playing in the AHL, Sheldon Coleman of the Hurricanes, left winger, and then defenseman Brady Whitaker of the Jets, and left winger Aidan Thompson from your Vegas Golden Knights, and then defenseman Alexander Eriksson of the Ducks. So there you go. There are all the top 10 players for each position and prospects. So let us get to the scouting now. So Barclay Parneda, I believe, yes, he's on the NHL entry draft. So send him to an intensive scouting mission for the entry draft in general. And Gendron, I believe. Oh, what was he scouting? It looks like he might have been scouting. Yeah, it looks like this is. Yeah, Gendron was scouting the Wolves, it looks like. So we'll send him out there once again. Come on out. Oh, they switched pages on me there. Ben Scrivens looks like he was scouting the Golden Knights, so he will do the same here. Vegas Golden Knights scout team. There you go. All right. So is that all good? Yep, we're all good there. So with that being done, let's get to the start of the regular season, and we have game number 1 of the regular season against the Rangers at home on October 7th. So let's get there and hope for a solid season for your Vegas Golden Knights as usual. But the struggle is for us is the playoffs. So, and that's nothing new for us, but we are going into this regular season without, for the first time in franchise history, without Jonathan Marchessault and William Karlsson, as we had to move them out mainly for salary issues, but also because some of our young guys are coming up. Carl Forss, who needed more ice time, and yes, it was just not a good situation all around, but we made the most of it in getting our young guys in Forss and Lazaro the ice time that they need. So here we go. Game 1 of the regular season against the Rangers. They're already 1-0. We are currently, obviously, 0-0, as we have not played any games yet. So let's get right into game number 1 of the season. First period. There you go. That's what I like to see. Panarin, Veleno, Krug, and Reichel Pulkkinen starting out the season on a very good note. And Veleno with 4 points on 4 goals so far in the first period. He already has 4 points on the season, guys. He's a stud. Second period. There you go. Goal by York from Forss and Brandstrom. But the Rangers get 2 on us, so they're coming back a little bit there. But let's see if we can close them out for the rest of the game. Yes, we can. Goal by Matheson, so they come very close. But Panarin with the empty netter with 10 seconds left. And that was actually 6 seconds after the Matheson goal. So there you go. 6-4 win against the New York Rangers. Good start to the regular season. Hopefully we can keep that up for the rest of the regular season. I mean, we have never had a problem with the regular season with the Vegas Golden Knights ever since we became a competitive team. I mean, we literally tanked for 2 years, and then all of a sudden we become, first place in the Western Conference. What is it, 3 years in a row now? So I have no concerns about the regular season, even though we're without William Karlsson and Jonathan Marchessault. This is still a very good roster in my opinion, especially obviously with Artemi Panarin, Joe Veleno, Jacob Silfverberg, Torrey Krug, all those guys. Adam Larsson now as well. Cam York turning out to be great so far. Riley Smith, the 46 goal scorer from last year, still on the team. So I really have no concerns about the regular season. For us, it's about the playoffs. So a 5-1 win for the Hurricanes over the Devils, a 4-1 win for the Lightning over the Sabres, and the Flames lose against the Wild. Didn't see the score because the loading screen was blocking it. And a game against the Ducks, we win 2-1 on goals by Larson and Forss. That is what I like to see. The la-la-la line. Larson, Lazaro, and Lapalainen hooking up there for the first goal of the game. You always like to see that. All right, so the Canucks with a 3-1 win as well. Injury below for Sam Bennett for 3 months with a UCL tear. That's how you know we're an Eastside hockey manager. You're already seeing these tremendous injuries 1 or 2 games into the season. All right, so nothing going on here for us, but a 5-1 win for the Sharks over the Oilers, a 5-1 win for the Sabres over the Penguins, 3-2 win for the Avalanche over the Red Wings. Svetlov suffers an injury for 10 days in practice, nonetheless, so that's an unfortunate injury for him. He's been off to a pretty solid start for the first 2 games. He hasn't gotten any points yet, but at least he's been doing his job defensively. So, unfortunate injury for him. We're going to have to put, I believe it would be Kupari in there for the first time this season. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. He had a solid preseason, so we'll see what he can do. He's got an 81 for faceoffs though, so yeah, we'll leave him there with Thompson and Pulkkinen, because Thompson, I don't believe, has a good faceoffs. No, he has a 35, so we'll just leave Kupari in the middle, and hopefully he could do his job well as the 4th line center. So, game against the Sharks. Here we go. Let's view it. And that is a goal by Connor Sheary in the first period. Sharks up 1-0. Second period. There you go. Silverberg, Larson, and Fours for your Vegas Golden Knights with a 3-1 lead over the Sharks. And the third period. There you go. Waltteri Lapalainen from Larson and Krug on the empty netter. I mean, again, there's no real concern for this team in the regular season. We just got to sort of get through it and get to the playoffs, which is where our the real challenges for this team. So Torrey Krug with a milestone 300th NHL assists. Very nice. Silverberg with 400 points. So milestones all around that game. Flyers with a 4-3 win over the Sabres. 5-1 win for the Predators over the Avalanche. Bruins plays Kyle Wood on waivers. Okay. Bruins with a 4-3 win over the Sharks, I believe I saw. Senators with a 5-1 win over the Flames, who are currently winless. And game against the Montreal Canadiens. And we will lose in overtime as Fours and Kupari get the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights in the first. But then Bitton, Drouin, and Pacioretty with the overtime goal for the Montreal Canadiens to win it in overtime for them. So there's our first any kind of loss for this season. So that puts us at 3-0-1. Still a very good record for this early on in the season, but hopefully we don't have too many of those overtime losses, or losses in general. So speaking of, there's a loss against the Devils with goals by Lapalainen, Riley Smith, Larson, and Panarin. Stefan Larson, I should say. We have 2 Larsons now, spelled differently, but still sound the same when said, so I guess I have to specify now. Senators win 4-1 over the Sabres. Then we have a game against the Maple Leafs. Let's view this one. Oh, that is a good game to view as well. 4 goals in the first period for your Vegas Golden Knights. Lapalainen, Thompson, Fours, and Adam Larson this time. Second period, nothing doing. Third period, a goal by Stefan Larson as well. Both Larsons on the board in terms of goals. And we get a solid 5-0 shutout victory against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Team Canada to appoint a general manager. And let's see what's going on here. 3-2 win for the Bruins over the Blue Jackets. A 4-3 win for the Rangers. Game against the Hurricanes. Svetlov resumes practice as well. So how's Rasmus Kupari doing in his first few games here? Let's see selection, average rating. Kupari's not doing too well. 675 average rating, so I'll scratch him in favor of Svetlov, who is back from injury. Get back in there. There you go. And actually, how many games has Reimer played in a row? 7. So I'll give him a couple more, and then I'll get Subban in for the first time this season. So game against the Hurricanes, let's view it. That is a 2-0 lead. Svetlov, in his return, gets the first goal of the game, and then Riley Smith. Second period, nothing doing. Third period, there you go. Riley Smith once again, and then Reiko Pulkkinen with the 4th goal of the game to win the game for the Golden Knights. 4-1. Very nice. And then a 4-3 win for the Red Wings. 4-3 win for the Coyotes over the Senators. And against the Red Wings, we have a 3-2 loss, unfortunately. So goals by Teemu Pulkkinen and Joe Veleno. But Larkin and Jost get on the board to top the Golden Knights, unfortunately, in regulation this time. So There's 2 regulation losses on the season. Game against the Bruins. There you go. That's what I like to see. 3-1 victory. Riley Smith, Lapalainen, and Riley Smith once again for the 3-1 win over the Boston Bruins. So staying at the top of the conference are your Vegas Golden Knights, but I'd like to see a little bit more consistency with the wins. And actually, that kind of reminds me, we should get Malcolm Subban a couple of starts here, as I would imagine Reimer is starting to get a little bit fatigued. So let's get Subban in there for the game against the Maple Leafs. Let's see what happens. 5-2 victory. That's what I like to see. Panarin, Veleno, Panarin, Force, and Teemu Pulkkinen with the goals against the Maple Leafs to make us 7-2-1 in our first 10 games of the season. So we're only about 18 minutes into this video, so we'll actually go 2 months here so that we can, move things along with the how tedious this simulation is. I was about to say slow, but it's not really slow. It's just, again, it takes a long time to get through each day because you're actually, it's not like EA Sports where it just simulates in bulk. You have to simulate each day manually. So first, you can technically put it to like simulate in bulk, but that's not the ideal way to do it because then you might miss some newsletters, like you might miss an injury there and it passes you over and you don't realize it. So first period, goal by Trocheck for the Panthers, but then Larson, Panarin, Lazaro, and Panarin for us, but we do not win the game, unfortunately, as the Panthers scored 5 times. We only scored 4 times. So that's, unfortunate loss right there. In regulation as well. 7-3-1 are your Vegas Golden Knights. Still in a good position, but I would prefer not to have too many of those losses early on, especially games when Malcolm Subban is in net. I would like him to steal a couple of wins for us whenever he's in. He got a win for us against the Maple Leafs, but that was not a good team game there against the Florida Panthers. So, player of the month is Chase Perry of the Wild, 26 years of age. Never heard that name before in my life. Stefan Larsson is the rookie of the month. That is what I like to see. 755 average rating, 9 points in 11 games. Stefan Larsson is an absolute beast. Steven Stamkos, offensive player of the month, and defensive player of the month is Jack Campbell. Game against the first place Jets. Let's view this one. First period. Yeah, there you go. Goals by Veleno and 2 by Svetlov from Thompson, and then Teemu Pulkkinen, and then the other from York. Second period, there you go. Teemu Pulkkinen from Force and Silverberg on the power play, and then Larson with the empty netter, Stefan Larsson from York. So there you go. Solid victory against the Winnipeg Jets, who now move into second. So we're climbing the ranks a little bit. We didn't move up, but the Winnipeg Jets moved down, and they're big competition for us. And we also stopped the hot streak of Patrick Laine, so that's good. Board confidence update, they're pleased. Flames win 4-3 against the Islanders, as do the Senators over the Kings. Game against the Red Wings. Let's view this one. We'll send past it. Game against the Red Wings, we win 5-2. With goals by Lapalainen, Teemu Pulkkinen twice, then Veleno and Panarin. That is what I like to see. So we're definitely starting to string some wins together. And actually, in net currently is Malcolm Subban, but do I want to break up this string of wins that he has so far? He has, well, obviously he didn't get the win in the game against Florida, but he has 3 wins in 4 games, so he's hot right now. So I'll kind of just leave Subban in there for right now until he has another bad game. Then we'll take him out for James Reimer. So a 5-2 win for the Oilers over the Blues, a 5-3 win for the Canucks over the Blue Jackets. And we have a game against the Blues, and that is a 6-3 win for your Vegas Golden Knights over the Blues. Veleno, Svetlov, Panarin, Stefan Larsson, Lapalainen, and Panarin with the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights. We're still in third in the Western Conference, so the Coyotes are actually in first. 11-2 are the Arizona Coyotes in this universe. Wow. So there was a trade between the Devils and the Blue Jackets just now. I'm not sure exactly what was in the trade, but let's take a look at that now. Actually, a 2nd-round pick for Nick Holden. Okay, Let's see, 4-3 win for the Predators over the Panthers. 1-0 win for the Islanders over the Hurricanes. And the Coyotes have been beaten. An 11-game unbeaten run. So all their 11 wins came just in a string. So a game against the Oilers here. 4-0 win, man. Malcolm Subban really playing well here. As Shea Theodore, Waltteri Lappalainen, Joe Veleno, and Artemi Panarin with the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights. Not viewed too many games there, but I mean, it wasn't that impressive of a win just because it was against the Oilers, who were still not good. Man, are the Oilers ever going to be... At least in this universe, the Oilers have never... Like, I can't recall the Oilers being good in this GM mode. Oh, man. All right, so there's the first bad game for... what's his name? Malcolm Subban in quite some time. So we will get Jim Reimer back in. Goals by Svetlov, Reichel Pulkkinen, Thompson, and Reichel Pulkkinen again for 4 goals, but the Sabres scored 5. And that was against the Sabres as well, who are in 14th. So, yeah, we're definitely taking Malcolm Subban out of there now. We will get Jim Reimer back in. Game against the Ducks. Here we go. There you go. 9-1 victory. Let's see this. Panarin, Veleno 4s. Lappalainen, Panarin, Riley Smith, Panarin with the 4-goal game, and Krug with the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights over the Anaheim Ducks, who look to not be in a good position right now at 5-11. Theodore is injured for a few days with anterior knee pain. Golden Knights board delighted, I would imagine. Marner praised. Okay, so let's see if that injury was serious. Yeah, it's a serious injury for Theodore, but we'll see how he is tomorrow, I guess, when we actually play. So we'll just get there and see how he is, because I would prefer not to scratch Theodore. I mean, unless he hasn't been playing well, but I wouldn't imagine why not. Yeah, he's got a 741. It's just a minor injury. So I'll take the chance here. We'll keep playing Theodore in this game against the Arizona Coyotes. Let's take a look. 4-0 victory against Arizona. That is what I like to see. And they're a pretty good team as well. Alan Lazaro, Artemi Panarin, Teemu Pulkkinen, and Carl Forsberg with the goals against the Arizona Coyotes to put us in second in the Western Conference now. So only have one more team to jump to get back up to first, and that would be the Winnipeg Jets. And Theodore resumes practice, so that is good to know that he is back fully healthy. Don't have to worry about him getting re-injured. Game against the Panthers, let's see. 6-3 win, perfect. Goals by Panarin, Forsberg, Silverberg, Reichel Pulkkinen, Riley Smith, and Stefan Larsson for a 6-3 victory. And we are slowly but surely making our way to the top of the Western Conference. I mean, we're already at the top technically, but we could go a little bit higher into first place. Game against the Lightning, they're actually terrible. Oh my goodness. 7-9-2. And I'm glad we got that second round pick for Louis Domingue, as we beat them 4-1 as well. Goals by Veleno, Teemu Pulkkinen, Stefan Larsson, and Joe Veleno once again. How many points does Veleno have so far? 24 on the season. My goodness, he is a beast. Career milestone for Carl Forsberg, 100th NHL game against the Lightning. Pretty impressive. He's definitely making a name for himself already. Obviously, he made a name for himself before he even played in the NHL. He got 57 goals in 64 games in the AHL. 3-1 victory over the Flames. Theodore, Reichel Pulkkinen, and Svetlov with the goals against the Calgary Flames to douse them. And we are now in first in the Western Conference. 16-4-1, and oh my, the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames. 7 points on the season, 19 games in. 3-15-1. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Career milestone for Teemu Pulkkinen. He has 200 NHL points, and I would bet at least 100 of those. Yeah, if not more. A lot more are from your Vegas Golden Knights. 58, 47, 46, and now 15 so far this season in 21 games. He's a beast. He's a 752 average rating. What an absolute beast. Again, we're at that point in the GM mode now where we have nothing but beasts. It's just the way it works in Eastside Hockey Manager. So 4-3 win for the Coyotes over the Rangers. 6-1 win for the Canucks over the Jets. And a game against the Blackhawks. We have a 5-4 loss in the shootout. So that was against the Blackhawks, so that's not too impressive there, as they're currently in 12th in the West, but at least it was in the shootout, so we got a point out of it. Riley Smith, Aidan Thompson, Riley Smith again, and Svetlov with the goals in regulation, and we did not have a single shootout goal, as Ken and Keith both scored for the Blackhawks, and Panarin and Veleno both missed. So that's all right. You know, we got a point. Not the worst thing in the world. It was against the Blackhawks too, which, again, is kind of embarrassing, but, you know, we still got a point against a team that's not even close to us in the standings, so it's not that big of a deal, technically. Game against the LA Kings here we go. And that is another shootout loss. So, goals by Reichel Pulkkinen, Lapalainen, and Teemu Pulkkinen in regulation, and then goal by Veleno in the shootout, and then Papagayev and Velarde for the Kings in the shootout to win it for them. So, dropped 2 shootouts in a row here, but at least we're getting points against teams that we know that we're better than. So, I can't complain too much. Now, this is a game we should definitely win, in regulation, not overtime or shootout. Regulation, please. Thank you. Save my sanity. Goals by Cam York, Joe Veleno, Reichel Pulkkinen, Carl Forss, Waltteri Lapalainen, and Joe Veleno once again for the 6-3 victory. And that should be, we're closing in on the end of November here. As yes, we are. Last game against the Senators on the 30th. A 4-2 win for the Kings over the Red Wings, and then a 5-3 win for the Hurricanes over the Panthers. And game against the Senators, let's see what happens. 7-5 victory. Goals by Riley Smith, twice by Riley Smith. And then Veleno, York, Stefan Larsson, Thompson, and York once again on the empty net. So, solid victory against the Ottawa Senators. So that'll put us at 18-4-3 after 2 months of simulating. So that's a very good record, obviously. Not too much to complain about there. Pulkkinen triggers bonus for, games played probably. Nigro out for 10 days. Player of the month, Joe Veleno, I would imagine, scoring 10 goals and assisting on 12 others in 14 games. Jeez. 32 points. What a beast. What a beast. Rookie of the month. Aidan Thompson is the rookie of the month as well. So, Vegas Golden Knights hope for the clean sweep here, as offensive player of the month is Austin Matthews. So, Veleno was somehow the player of the month, but not the offensive player of the month. The offensive player of the month was Austin Matthews, but Veleno had more points, which I don't get. Defensive player of the month is Semyon Varlamov, so we do not get the offensive or defensive player of the month, but we do get the player of the month and the rookie of the month. So there's a win for us there. Subban, I was about to say Malcolm Subban praise. Yeah, no, PK. So that is it for November. First 2 months of the season in the books. So we're going to stop it there in terms of the simulation. We'll take a look at the stats now. So we'll take a look at forwards first. Points, Smith with 33, Veleno 32, Panarin 31. That first line is on fire. Stefan Larsson with 20 points, Reichel Pulkkinen with 19, Teemu Pulkkinen with 19, Aidan Thompson with 17. Thompson with 17 on the fourth line. Looking like another future Teemu Pulkkinen right here in Aidan Thompson. Carl Forss with 16 points, Lapalainen with 16, Svetlov with 15. For some reason our fourth line just loves getting points. I don't know why, but hey, that's okay with me. Al Lazaro with 13. Silverberg only with 11 so far this year. He's definitely underperforming for where he usually is, but at least he has a good average rating. And then Rasmus Kupari with 2 points in 4 games, and then Zach Smith has yet to play. And then in terms of goals, Panarin leads with 17. Assists, Smith leads with 22. Plus minus, Smith is plus 18. Veleno plus 17. Panarin plus 16. Larsson and Reichel Pulkkinen, Stefan Larsson and Reichel Pulkkinen with plus 13. And then Alan Lazaro plus 12. And then Carl Forss, Waltteri Lapalainen, and Aidan Thompson plus 7. Silverberg plus 6. Teemu Pulkkinen and Svetlov plus 3. And then Kupari plus 1. Shots on goal, Panarin has 99. Shooting percentage, Waltteri Lapalainen with a 24.4, and Panarin with a 17.2. Then average rating, Artemi Panarin 8.08, Riley Smith 8 flat, Joe Valeno is 796. I mean, that entire first line is just studly. And then Reiko Pulkkinen 788. Are you kidding me? I mean, hey, he was the Selke Trophy winner, so I expect no less defensively from Reiko Pulkkinen at this point. Even though he's only his third year, he is still just a beast defensively, so I expect no less. Stefan Larsson at a 756, solid for his, well, I guess this is his rookie campaign? Yes, this is his rookie campaign because he only had 8 games last year, so solid so far. 756, continuing from last year. Valtteri Lappalainen, 752. Same thing for Aidan Thompson. Teemu Pulkkinen, 748. Jacob Silverberg, 736. Konstantin Svetlov, 724. Carl Forss, 712. So he's definitely gotten better in terms of his average rating. He was at a 676 last year, and he's at a 712 so far. Keep it up, buddy. And then Alan Lazaro at a 684. I don't like how Lazaro seems to be around a 680 for the average rating. I'm not liking that too much. I mean, hopefully that improves, but it seems to be where he tops off, for average rating. So not looking good right now in terms of the average rating for Alan Lazaro, unfortunately. And then a 675 for Rasmus Kupari in 4 games. Defensively, goals, Cam York has the most with 4. Assists, Shea Theodore has the most with 15. And then 17 points for Shea Theodore to lead the defensive corps. Shea Theodore with the most points. And he is on the 3rd defensive pair. Man, sometimes this game is really, really confusing. Cam York with 15 points. Torrey Krug with 13. Brandstrom with 11. Larson and Miller with 7. Wu has yet to play. Plus minus, York plus 20, Brandstrom plus 15, Larson and Theodore plus 14, Krug plus 11, Miller plus 8. Then shots on goal, Krug has the most with 68. Shooting percentage, York has the highest with 7.8. And then average ratings, all just phenomenal. York, 764, Krug, 760, Theodore, 748, Brandstrom, 732, Larson, 712, and then Miller's back to his old self with a 704 after the off year that he had last year with a 684. So really nothing to complain about on defense. And then in goal, we have Jim Reimer with a 740 average rating. He's doing phenomenal. Malcolm Subban could be doing a little bit better, 675 average rating currently. But let's check their goalie stats. Oh yeah, Jim Reimer, 901 save percentage for how offensive this team is. Offensively minded anyway. A 901 save percentage isn't too terrible, especially when you're at the top of the league. You don't really, you're not going to be too concerned about that. And then Malcolm Subban with an 878. So Subban, again, could be doing better, but, whatever. As long as Reimer's doing his job and he's staying consistent, that's all I really care about. And as long as they get wins, too. Wins are the most important thing when it comes to the simulation, obviously. So let's check not the Vancouver Canucks, the AHL, Chicago Wolves. So Garrettson has indeed gotten every game so far down there in the AHL, so that's a good thing. 13 wins currently, 282 goals against average, 890 save percentage, so that's not looking too good so far. Do I want to send him back down to juniors? It might not be a bad idea, just to get him one more year in juniors. I mean, I like that we've gotten some AHL experience, but it doesn't look like he's ready just yet. Yeah, I'm going to send him back to juniors for one more year. I don't want to chance stunting his growth like that, so he will get some more time down there in Red Deer. And then defenseman, down here we have Martin Stephenson with 14 points, 723 average rating. That's what you like to see. Colby Verche with 10 points, 689 average rating. Semenov with 9 points and 675 average rating. So that's all who we care about down here in terms of defensemen. Then forwards, we have a lot more. So points, Nick Suzuki with 20, Blomqvist with 19, Kindry with 19, Harrington with 18, Trelaw with 17, Landstrom with 13, Gabby Bishop with 11, Andre Kucera with 10, Quinton Byfield with 2 in 6 games, and then Brendan Evgen with 2 in 26. And then average ratings, Bishop, Suzuki, Kindry, Landstrom, Blomqvist, Trelaw, Byfield, all doing very well, all at a 7 or above. Then Kucera, Harrington, and Evgen could be a little bit better. So that is about it for this one. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we continue the Year 6 simulation.